Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August the 15th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Tuesday out there so far. Everybody had a great Tuesday afternoon. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the tropical satellite loop and also portions of the lower 48 as well. Take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today, Wednesday, and Thursday. And also, we're going to take a look at a new weather map I found. We're going to be tracking the tropics, the disturbance which you've seen over the past couple of days here. Two over the central tropical, well, one over the central tropical Atlantic, and also one moving off the African coast. We'll give it a run. I'll see what the model thinks it's going to go out for the next several days, and stick around through that, and we'll get a chance to discuss that as well. So don't forget to stick around through the entire video. This will help out the YouTube algorithm, also help me out as well. And also, if you know anybody that would love to subscribe to the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel, send them my way. Love to have them. Anybody out there want to join? It's free to join. Smash the subscribe button and you're in. That's simple as 1, 2, 3. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday out there so far. And like I said, if you like these videos and share these videos on social media, that would help out the YouTube algorithm. So that way, more people get a chance to view my forecast and get out to more people. Would greatly appreciate that as well. All right, well, let's go ahead and dive on into the show on the road here, folks. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks, and dive on into your forecast now. All right, as you can see here, we're looking at the tropical Atlantic. This is the system here that the National Hurricane Center is watching. Also, this one right here, this vigorous wave coming off the African coast. This system here looks very, very vigorous as it continues to move off the African coast. This is the system they watching. This system here is at 30%. This system right now has a 10% over the next 7 days. That has a 30% over the next 7 days. We got a little system here moving through the Caribbean. May bring some heavy rain to portions of the islands. Also, we got more showers and storms over here in portions of Central America. Also into the northwestern Caribbean Sea. We'll be moving into the Yucatan Peninsula, and then into the Bay of Campeche, and then move on into Mexico. We got showers and storms over here in the Eastern Pacific. Also got some down in southern Florida and the Bahamas. Some trying to develop off the southeast coast along the frontal boundary. Also, we got another frontal boundary extending across the North Atlantic, extending all the way back to the Northeast, and back down through all the way back into portions of Louisiana and Texas. Got another little system here moving into portions of the upper plains region as well. Got a little system here spinning over portions of the Great Lakes as well. All right, let's take a look at the weather radar across the nation. As you can see here, we got some showers and storms standing up here not too far over portions of Nova Scotia, all the way back down toward Boston and the Providence region. Also some up here in portions of Maine, back down toward Albany, New York. Also toward Rochester and Buffalo, New York as well. Also Toronto, Canada, getting in on some shower and storm. Also back into Grand Rapids City, just east of you guys. Also just northwest of Detroit, Michigan. Also some extending into portions of Pittsburgh. Also into portions of Columbus, Ohio, and just east of it, and a little bit around Indianapolis, Indiana. Also, we got some through the Carolinas, up here just east of Greensboro, North Carolina. Also back toward the upstate of South Carolina, just west of Greenville. A little bit of activity starting to ignite here in portions of South Carolina, around the Greenwood and also Lexington County area of South Carolina. Also got scattered activity offshore. Got some showers and storms down just east of Miami. May bring some showers and storms to you guys. Also just north of Tampa. Also for Orlando, Jacksonville, Florida. Also the Big Bend region of Florida. Scattered activity over the Gulf of Mexico as well. Alright, got a little bit here in Mississippi. Some in just east of Birmingham, around the Atlanta, Georgia area as well. We got scattered activity over in Nevada, down toward Las Vegas. Also over toward just north of Francisco. California, San Francisco as well, a little bit of Nevada. Some movement on shore here in the portion of Oregon and Northern California as well. Let's see if we can. Everything else looks pretty quiet. Yep, looks pretty quiet to the north. Like I said, we got some shower and thunderstorm down in the Gulf of Mexico, also down toward Cuba, and like I said, over toward the Bahamas as well. All right. Excuse me. All right, we're going to move on to the watches, warning, and advisory map. You can see here we got some flood watches in effect for portions of the Delaware, Washington, D.C. vicinity, also up into portions of Michigan. Some beach hazard statements for portions of New York State, all the way down to Ohio, and also into portions of Michigan, also over into portions of northwest Indiana, northeast Illinois, and eastern portions of Wisconsin. Air quality alerts over northern Minnesota, also over here in portions of northeastern Colorado. Flood watches also in effect for you guys here in portions of New Mexico. Air quality alert for portions of Texas. We got excessive heat warnings over here in the PD region of South Carolina through eastern North Carolina. In the orange there, that's a heat advisory extended from southeast Virginia through central North Carolina, much of South Carolina, much of Georgia, all of Florida, central and southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, southern Louisiana, southern Texas. Got excessive heat warning also in effect for excuse me, for southeastern Texas, also southern Louisiana, and a little bit over here in the Florida Panhandle and southern Mississippi. Also, we got excessive heat warning is also in effect for you guys in Arizona, Southern California, also in Northwest California, also in the Western Oregon, also much of Washington State. In the orange there, we got a heat advisory for portions of Montana, Idaho, and also you guys in portions of Oregon and portions of Central California as well, and Southern California. For you guys here in portions of western portions of Oregon and a couple counties there in southwestern Washington State. All right. Alaska looks good. The Hawaiian Chain Island to the south got a few gale warnings. North side looks a-okay. All right. All righty. We got that marginal risk from portions of New York State, also down through portions of Connecticut, all the way back over to New York State, also to New York City, also into portions of Pennsylvania, all the way down into the Florida Panhandle and North Florida as well. We got a slight risk over much of North Carolina, all the way up into Virginia, Washington, D.C., Delaware region. General thunderstorm elsewhere in the lighter green, portions of Wisconsin, Michigan, also Minnesota. Excuse me, also in the New York State, also all the way back in the portion of Ohio, Pennsylvania, all the way down to Louisiana, Texas, all the way back over to Oregon, California, and Nevada as well for general thunderstorm. The tornado probability for today, 2% in the green. If you're in, excuse me, New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Newark, New Jersey, Buffalo, New York, 2% risk for a tornado. Let's take a look at the category. I forgot to mention this, but if you live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, Virginia, slight risk for severe weather this afternoon. New York, Jacksonville, Florida, Newark, New Jersey, Buffalo, New York, Jersey City, New Jersey, marginal risk for severe weather this afternoon. Let's take a look at the wind probability. 5% in brown, 15 in the yellow. All right, it's pretty much the same areas. 15% include Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Virginia Beach, Virginia, including Washington, D.C., Charlotte, North Carolina, Baltimore, Maryland. 5%, New York, Jacksonville, Florida, Newark, New Jersey, Buffalo, New York, Jersey City, New Jersey. 5% risk for damaging winds. Hail probability, 5%. This includes Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina. Washington, D.C., excuse me, and Virginia Beach, Virginia. Sorry about that, folks. Getting ahead of myself there again. All right, take a look at day 2. This will be your Wednesday forecast. All right, general thunderstorms up here in Port New York State, down here from east and southeast Virginia through the Carolinas to the Florida Keys, all the way back to southeast Louisiana, southern Texas, all the way back over to Oregon, Nevada, and California. And a general thunderstorm also in effect in Port of Minnesota, back over to Michigan, Wisconsin. We have a marginal risk and a slight risk up in the portion of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and northern Michigan. All right, if you live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota, DeLoach, Minnesota, Bloomington, Minnesota, Plymouth, Minnesota, slight risk for severe weather on Wednesday. If you live in Rochester, Minnesota, La Crosse, Wisconsin, Wisconsin, Mankato, Minnesota, and Winter, Minnesota, marginal risk for severe weather. Tornado probability, less than 2% in all areas. Winds, 5% brown, 15 in the yellow. All right, 15%, Minneapolis, Minnesota, all the way to Plymouth, Minnesota and surrounding areas. 5%, Rochester, Minnesota, all the way to Winter, Minnesota and surrounding areas. 5% for damaging winds, large hail. Pretty much same areas. Yep, same areas as what I just called out. 15%, including Minneapolis, Minnesota, all the way to Plymouth, Minnesota and surrounding areas. 5%, Rochester, Minnesota, all the way to Mankato, Minnesota and surrounding areas for a large hail. All right, let's move on to day number 3. This will be your Thursday outlook. Alrighty, general thunderstorm reported in the northeast to the Carolinas, Florida Keys, all the way back in southeast Louisiana, all the way back over to Wisconsin to Illinois. Same over here in West Texas, all the way in Arizona, back to California, Nevada, and Oregon, and Idaho. Marginal risk up here in the northeast, up here in Michigan. This includes Detroit, Michigan, Toledo, Ohio, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Warren, Michigan, Starling Heights, Michigan. For severe weather probability, 5%. This includes Detroit, Michigan, Toledo, Ohio, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Warren, Michigan, Starling Heights, Michigan, for severe weather on day number 3, which is Thursday. So there's your severe weather outlook. Now let's take a look at the forecast tracks of these systems. This is one system. This is the one that Hurricane Center is watching. We're going to chug it along for a little bit. Okay, we'll go out 24 hours. There's one cluster of showing that system here, right in here. The other one finally coming off the African coast. All right, now we're going to go out to 36 hours. See the system finally starts moving to the west as a 10-11 or 10-10 millibar low pressure system. Same one over here in portions of moving off the African coast. Let's move on to the next 48 hours. That shows a 10-9, 10-10 millibar. Shows it over here in the time. We went to 72 hours. It shows it here moving toward the Caribbean. Toward the Leeward Island, but this here keeps bringing it right behind it. All right, we're gonna go out to 72 hours. Still brings it a little further to the west, and brings it kind of a little bit behind that system there. Let's move out a little bit further in time. All right, 96 hours. This will be Saturday. System be kind of moving right in here, and they're still kind of clustered up right in this vicinity here, according to these model runs. Let's move out to 120 hours. This will be Sunday. Some of the computer models taking it to the Leeward Island. A lot of them keep it going this way. This here still keeps it going to the northwest. All right, let's move on to. This is 144 hours out. See, it takes it toward the Leeward Islands and toward the Some couple of them takes it into the Caribbean Sea, but most of them takes it nearly at northern Leeward Islands. This here takes it off to the west, right to a system here, takes it over here. Also, it shows something developing in the Gulf of Mexico by next Tuesday. Something here showing something here, maybe a weak tropical storm down here in the Gulf of Mexico. There's that other system here, right here, just north of the Leeward Islands. Like I said, let's go out to 192 hours out. This here takes it, the system that develops in the Gulf, takes it toward Texas. It may be a weak hurricane or a tropical, strong tropical storm. This one here takes it as a hurricane or a strong tropical storm. As it continues to move north of the Leeward Islands toward the southeast coast. This here takes it for a little further, just about right behind it. And then it starts turning a little bit. And when Bahamas, the good many of the members starts turning it toward Bermuda. During the next 192 hours out, let's go 216, showing this system here moving over here. Like I said, that's still moving into Texas, and they're still moving in behind it. Still to the south. Some takes it to the north. Okay, we got 240 hours out. This takes it over here. Some takes it toward Bermuda. Some takes it toward the south, Bahamas. Then it shows another system developing the northwestern Caribbean Sea at 240 hours out. This system here takes it to the northwest and turns outward. But this one here still keeps kind of going to the west-northwest. So that pretty much wraps up where the system going. See a good many, see some turns it, some takes it that away, and some kind of just meanders that low pressure system in the Gulf. That one takes it into Texas. So, like I said, folks, we're about to go into an active period in the tropics. So get ready, folks, for the end of August and much of September will be a very busy tropical Atlantic season. So get ready, folks. Things are about to get wild here in the tropical Atlantic. So I hope everybody has a good Tuesday afternoon. Yep, Tuesday afternoon. Everybody continue to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. And we'll catch you back in the